Very good. It's 1:30. We are going to begin the liquor control meeting for today. Thank everybody for attending, and we will start with agenda item number 1, approve minutes of the January 15th, 2020 meeting. Do we have any changes or corrections? Otherwise, we'll accept a motion.
Motion to approve the minutes.
I will second.
Got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. 2A, application to issue a Class F alcoholic beverage license to Three Kings Lounge LLC, doing business as Three Kings Lounge located at 11 18th Street South. Continued from the January meeting, applicant has requested a change to a CW license, beer and wine. Steve.
Thank you, Commissioner. And so last week, just after issuing the agenda, I did receive an email from the applicants. They were not able to secure that location, and so they're now looking for another location. So my conversation with them, and since they, from the original location had changed, or original application had changed the classification of license or requested that change, I suggested that they withdraw this application, and then once they find a location, and then apply for the correct license that they want to get.
Okay. So do you want to make a motion?
I would like a motion to accept their withdrawal, yeah.
Second that motion.
Okay.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? But basically, they can come back when they have a new site with a new request.
Any questions or?
Any comments or questions? Otherwise, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, 2B, application to issue a Class B limited alcoholic beverage license to STL of North Dakota Incorporated, doing business as Target Wine and Spirits, to be located at 4202 13th Avenue South. Steve.
So received communication from the Target group, wondering or inquiring if the city of Fargo had an off-sale license available. We do have a B limited license available due to that population trigger. And so they applied for that, and that's what we're here looking at, so.
And Chief, I don't know if you had any concerns, if you want to go over that real quick, if in your background check?
Yeah, I did not have any concerns that would cause us to hesitate on it for that purpose.
And Steve, as far as summary, I mean, there weren't any other changes or anything like that, or anything that came up in the application from your perspective?
No, so it's, their application is such that the entrance to the facility that's gonna sell the alcohol will be from the parking lot side. You won't be able to enter it from the inside the store as a patron. They will have an emergency exit to meet code, and they will have a team member access a way for the team members, so they can use the restroom and things like that. Otherwise, patrons will go in and out from the parking lot side, not directly from the store. Those entrances, doors are, the Target now has a door on the east end and a door on the west end, and this is being built in the middle of that, so.
And so basically, the city, we're not changing any rules. They're following our current regulations and rules, and so from our perspective, that's kind of the thing. If anybody in the public or anybody else wishes to speak, we can use either podium. If you have any comments or questions, otherwise we'll move on. And so
I do have a question.
Go ahead, Chief.
For Steve, this is limited by population, but this is the only application that we have, or?
That's correct. We've had this available for 2 years, I think.
Okay.
And so the other distinguishing characteristic here with the B limited is that if they decide that they're not going to continue selling alcohol, the license reverts to the city. If they go out of business, the license reverts to the city. The only way that this license could be transferred would be if somebody were to operate the alcohol facility. So it would be, if somehow they decided that going forward, we're going to outsource all of our alcohol sales or something along those lines. But it can only be transferred if it's a going concern, so.
Any other comments or questions? Otherwise, we'll accept a motion.
Move to approve.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Number 3, receive and file liquor audit results from Brady Marts. Steve?
So we did get the annual liquor audit results from Brady Marts. Used to be Feebiger Swanson, and then they merged with Brady Marts kind of in the middle of our audit here. There was one facility that had a failure, and then they're of selling more food than alcohol. And then there's a second one that we're, Nancy and I are working to understand the relationship between a sublessee of part of the space. And so I put the agenda out thinking that we would have meetings with that person and be able to have a full understanding before that and just do it schedules. We haven't had that yet. So we may end up having to, maybe we should even hold off on this one until we have a full understanding. We may have to go back and ask Brady Marts to do a little bit more work. So in fact, now that I'm talking about that, let's do that. Let's just hold off on receive and file until I have a final from the accounting firm, if that's all right.
So can I ask a question? So do you randomly select people to audit, or can you tell us the process?
Yeah, so each year we selected between 30 and 35, and so I have it kind of on a spreadsheet on a rotating basis. So it's like every 3 years we pick up, and then if there's people that drop out, obviously, and then we replace with new people that are new into the industry.
Okay, so what you're looking at from our committee then is we'll just continue this to the next meeting? Is that what you're?
Yeah, hopefully by then we'll have answers from what we're trying to investigate here.
Is that all right with the rest of the group? Yep. So we'll accept a motion.
Move to continue it to next meeting.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. That concludes all the items on the agenda. Thank everybody for attending today, and let's hope for some warmer weather. We are adjourned. Thank you.